There we go. Hey guys, what's going on? Give me 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Trying to get somebody in here. Uh, all right, guys, welcome back to Daddy Duck in the Blind, or in the Blind with Daddy Duck, however you want to go. Tonight is brought. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. There he is. There he is. There's Robbie.
There's a lot of echo happening.
Yeah, you got to cut that YouTube off.
All right, YouTube's off. I got it.
All right. Hey, guys, welcome back to In the Blind with Daddy Duck. As you can see, I got Robbie Jones with me from Biscuit Built 3D. But this whole deal, the In the Blind, is brought to you by Salt Creek Custom Ammunition, True Lock Choke Tubes, and that fella sitting across from me, Robbie Jones from Biscuit Built 3D.
That'd be me.
That'd be you. What's going on, brother?
Not a whole lot, man. How are you?
I'm just glad this weather is kind of sort of pushed out of here.
Yeah, kind of dodged a bullet. Yeah, busier than ever.
It was amazing we didn't get as much rain as I thought. Because I mean, we had like 4 or 5 downpours, and it wasn't even an inch of rain. But I mean, it just came down in buckets.
Yeah, it was hit or miss for us. I had everything battened down. I was expecting hail and trees coming down, and kind of chill. Luckily,
yeah. Like we dodged another bullet. So
yep.
Oh, ready for the turkeys?
Yeah. Everything just happened so dang fast, you know. Felt like duck season just ended, and I've accomplished not much of anything. But I've been busy, you know, trying to get ready for the next season. You know, working through a bunch of stuff right now. Planning a trip to Missouri, do some turkey hunting out there, see my grand folks, and hopefully get one here in the backyard. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I just got the shed cleaned up to where I could actually walk into it now.
You're like 10 steps ahead of me, dude. My stuff is still everywhere.
I went in there Thursday afternoon after I got off work, and I had to go in and find a simple wrench. Just a simple wrench. And I could not find it. I mean, literally could not find it. I went to my truck and got the toolbox out of my truck and got the wrench that I you know, what I needed, did what I had to do, and then I said, nope, that's it. Friday morning I got up and I went outside. I didn't do any videos this weekend. I cleaned that shed out. And I mean, yeah, I had everything out in the yard, and I'm hanging decoys and looking at decoys that I need to restring and just all kinds of stuff. So, but it's clean. I actually found the wrench I was wanting, and
wait till you get that hammer, and then you're gonna go find that hammer, and you're gonna tear your shed up just trying to find that. That's exactly what works for me every time. I get it clean, and I need to do one thing, and next thing you know, everything I have just explodes everywhere.
Yeah, it's exactly how that happens.
Yep.
But I've got it where it's, everything is supposed to be, and you know. And then I had a really good friend of mine came to visit me Saturday. We were in Iraq together and Afghanistan together.
Okay.
And, he was in Atlanta, and which is about 3.5 hours. Well, he was south of Atlanta where he was at, and he said, "Man, I could be there in 3.5 hours. You know, I want to come see you. I ain't seen you in 10 years." And I said, "Come on." So we spent the day and cooked up a mess of ribs. I still got ribs in the refrigerator that I hadn't been eaten yet. So
I still got them in the fridge that I hadn't cooked. I didn't have time. So you did contracting over there, didn't you? In Iraq,
Yeah,
Afghanistan.
yeah. We were both
Yeah.
contractors, and but yeah, and we, we laugh. We've known each other since, oh my gosh, 20, maybe 08, 09, 08. And we worked together in Iraq. We didn't, we worked together. We were on the same at one point or time. We were on the same compound, but we just, we'd see each other.
Y'all were there in 08?
Yeah.
Okay, I was 2009. I was over there.
Yeah, I left.
Right.
I left. I did over 10 years over there, back and forth.
Yeah.
So, and then in I forget what year it was, but I was in Afghanistan, and my phone rang, and I said, "Man, who is this?" I answered it, and it was Corey, and he says, "Hey, man, I'm in country." I said, "Where are you at?" And he told me. I said, "Hang on." I said, "Let me call you right back." And he said, "Okay." So I dropped the phone. I picked up I got the number for the for our main supervisor. I said, "Listen, there's a guy, Corey." Yeah, I know him. I said, "All right, I want him with me." He said, "Man, you're in a remote." I said, "I understand, but I want him with me. He'd be perfect for what we're doing over here." And next thing I know, Corey showed up. He said he ain't never forgave me since, but we had a good time. And we were there. I guess we were there 9-10 months together, working together. But it was a good time, man. We had a really good time.
Yeah. It's a party that'll never leave you for sure.
Yes.
That not a lot of people, go through. Very few people. I mean, when you think about the amount of people in, the country,
right.
Military and contractors, small little percentage.
It's a small world too, man. I mean,
yeah.
I meet people, be talking. I was there. You ever been to? Yeah, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a small world. But look, I got to make this announcement. I don't know who all's in here tonight. Hey, listen, guys, if you're in here and it's your first time, do me a huge favor and write a comment down below. Let me know who you are, where you're from, that kind of thing. If you're a regular, just say, "Yep, hey, what's going on?" We'll get a conversation started here in a minute, but I do have to make one more announcement. I don't know that little meme I sent you called the chicken dance.
Yeah.
All right, so I've gotta explain what's going on this tonight. When we were setting this up, and then I'm not saying I forgot about it. What I forgot about was this is my birthday week.
Okay.
And every year on my birthday, I have try to get a bunch of people in here, and we just have a good time, talk about whatever, that kind of thing. And I don't know, it was maybe 3-4 years ago, maybe. I was out here, we were doing the birthday week thing, and somebody sent a super chat for $50 if I did the chicken dance. So that's why I put that up. The chicken dance has returned, but I'm saying is I got to be motivated. That's all I'm saying. But so we get a big super chat and I start doing the chicken dance, you'll understand what's going on. But okay. But that's what that was about. But I'm getting kind of fired up. I got some things in the fire right now that I can't fully disclose. So this is like a little teaser for everybody. I got some things that are fixing to happen, and hopefully in about a week I will know 100%. About a week as far as it comes to the channel. But it's good news. It's good news for the channel. So I got that going on, and I've got your stuff piled up in the shed in a bucket to get your stuff done. I'm just man. I was hoping, waiting for warmer weather.
Yeah.
To get this done. So I got you, bro. Trust me.
All right, no worries. Yeah, no, I've been crazy busy, man. I figured, I'm busy during the season and, keeping up with orders and making stuff. And, I told the wife, I said, hey, duck season's done. We're going to work on this bathroom. Here we are about mid-March. We ain't touched this bathroom yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got to get on that. But, I just every day after work, face deep in the computer, working on designs, piddling with stuff. And yeah, not enough time in the day. And then, this is a side.
I know you probably can't mention anything right now, but you got something that you're getting excited about?
I do. I mean, I can talk about it. I'm not shy about, speaking of what I've been working on, So rewind 2 years ago when I started the Decoy Doctor, I've had several people message me, hey, can you do this with a butt spitter or butt splasher, whatever you want to call them things.
I was hoping you were going to mention that.
Yeah. So as of today, I actually fully assembled, well, not my first prototype. This is actually to be my second prototype. And I'll tell you, man, this one's tricky.
Really?
It's not as simple as just, putting electronics inside of a decoy and letting it swim. There's a motion happening on this decoy, and balance is a big thing. Getting everything to be, center of gravity, be able to achieve a rocking motion, return to center of gravity. And that has been quite the challenge. Not only, even if I did it, this is still a do-it-yourself approach. So I got to make sure that if you installed it on a duck butt of your own, that you'd be able to get, pretty much right on the money with it and not have to, undo what you did. So there's a lot of stuff I got to take in consideration with this one. Right. So with this current modification that I got, it's turned out really nice so far visually.
Yeah,
I still got to put it in water. So letting it cure, sit overnight. Plan is tomorrow after work, throw it in the water and see what it does. And then hopefully I'm not going back to the drawing board, but if I got to, I got to. I've already gone through some renditions with the Decoy Doctor itself. Simple stuff. This is one of them here. I was actually pretty happy with. Is my own bilge pump mount.
Okay.
So that is typically you just use the strainer that comes with your pump. Now this is actually a strainer that I made myself. So yes, if you run into an issue where you break the tabs off your strainer, you drop it or whatever, it can happen. If you try to buy one, you can't just go buy that strainer from pump manufacturer. You got to contact them directly. And it's happened to me last year. I broke one and I just sent them an email and said, hey, how do I get these? I don't see a place where I could just buy these strainers. And we'll just, send us your proof of purchase and, we'll get you some sent out. So it worked out for me, but I want something that's easy for people to get their hands on. So this is kind of still in the testing phase for me. I've got it installed on them, but it's just a twist lock. So let me hold it up where you can actually see it. So it's threaded. So when you twist and unlock it, you expose the tabs of the pump.
Okay.
So then you turn and lock it back down. And that thing is on there pretty tight.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah. So it turned out pretty good. Again, still got to put it through its paces. I got to toss this decoy around a little bit and see how rigid it is. And right now I put it on a pump that I spray painted. So the tolerance is just a little bit tight. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems I'm having right now is I've got, a couple of motorized decoy butts. I don't know what the, and they will actually come out. That bilge pump will actually fall out at times. And the the company that I got them for, because I bought them. Well, I bought them before I even knew you. They actually started sending them with cables. So you attach a cable to the decoy, and then you attach it to the bottom of the bilge pump. So if it does fall off, you don't lose it.
Okay, like a little tether from the decoy.
A little tether, yeah. So it's
Gotcha.
a tether, and I'm like, okay, but even I'll have them in the. I got an old milk crate that I put them in, and I just take that whole thing and I put it in the boat. That way, nobody's stepping on them or, things like that. Like I've got the decoy doctor from you. I've got it in that milk crate, so that way nothing gets stepped on and gets broken. And I'll just be pulling one out, and it just falls apart, and you just got to sit there and line it back up and snap it, and with that tether holds it,
Yeah.
But that was an issue. That's an issue I had all last year with it.
Yeah. Like one of my biggest issues with like going forward with this butt spitter is that, when I consider time of making one and then time that somebody has to put into it, if you compare cost right now, I mean, honestly, the Higdon spitters or whatever you want to call them, splashers, it's not a bad deal.
Right.
Considering pump, battery, and everything's already complete. And I think it's pretty solid too. I mean, I'll give them credit on that. I mean, they built, in my experience, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, and that's what I have is the pulsator.
And, okay, the Higdons.
I mean, it's a Higdon pulsator, and
you had the pumps come off them?
Huh?
You had the pumps come off of those?
Yeah, if it didn't have that tether on it, the pump would actually fell off. Now there's a guy in here, just Nate Clark. He just posted in here. It says, "Never had a problem with my newer pulsator." But I've had one of mine fall off.
Is that like one of their older ones before because right now they got like the pump and battery housing. It's all like integrated in one.
It's all integrated. It's the newer one. It's all integrated into one, and it came with a little wire, a tether, and of course I sat there for hours trying to figure out what that was for. Why? What is this for? And I finally figured it out, and so yeah, sometimes it just comes apart. If I had one in here, I guarantee I could pick it up and it would.
Yeah, I know people have lost like the little strainer cap, because what Higdon did when they did their design is they inverted their pump, so you actually have the suction of the pump at the bottom, and it's like a small strainer cap that attaches. I was actually up at Max Prairie Wing. This was last December, and I saw a guy come in. I just happened to be in the decoy section. He came in. And he's like, wanting to do like a trade up. He had like 6 of these things, and he's like, I want to like switch them out with something else, whatever. He's like, I keep losing these dang little pieces.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Mine's never come out on me before, and I've 2 years using it. Yeah.
Nate, this same guy Nate, he's saying he's got 2 years strong, and he says my new one don't have the tether. I mean, I think mine's like
or the newer version. Which one do you got?
It was a pulsator, came in a 2-pack. I guess they're about 2, maybe 2.5 years old.
I wonder if that's like their old design.
Might
be. I don't have any of the. I never had one before the.
Hey, Randy.
The Pro one that they got now.
Right.
But
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It moves water around, and that's what I want it for. You know. And that's why I got it real excited when me and you were talking about it. A couple 3 weeks ago. About yours coming out. I said, yeah. Finally, once I get you to put one on a wood duck, I'll be a happy camper.
Man. Yeah, see, that's the other problem too, size. Like I gotta make this thing size just right to try to be as universal as possible, and that is tricky, especially with batteries, all that. That's quite a challenge.
They just big enough. I don't think. I mean, I don't even think Higdon makes one that's big enough for the decoy doctor.
So I'm using the GHG. I think they're the Pro Grade. Just
Pro Grade.
Boys. Yeah. Right now I got a hen and a Drake Mallard. So I've got it sized on that, and I've got a couple of their. I don't know, less of the Pro Grade, whatever the smaller version is. I got a few pintails. Those might be a little bit small, but I'm gonna work on getting this one. Then I'm gonna look at buying a few other like different brand decoy butts, and seeing what I can get away with. But no, like I said, that's kind of one of the big issues I've run into with this is trying to cram everything where I need to. Because, if I had the luxury of injection molding everything, I could design it for that. But I'm designing it to be 3D printed.
Gotcha. Nate is saying that must be the old design. He said the new ones are all one piece. These are on the Kingdom's in the house and Charles is in the house. Welcome in, guys.
What's going on?
If y'all don't know, this is Robbie Jones, Biscuit Built 3D. Makes one he makes, as far as makes the quietest swimming decoy I've ever heard, man. I had that thing on this year in a swamp, and I actually waded out to it to make sure, because it got hung up in some grass. Okay. It just got hung up, and I said, man, my battery died. And I walked up to it and picked it up, and it's still going strong. It just got hung up and couldn't go anywhere. But it's a quiet running thing. Also, if you're a timber hunter, guys, I'm telling you right now, his timber strap it's the thing, man. Go ahead and explain it real quick, and I've got a couple questions I got to get to.
Yeah. So it's a 2-piece strap that, if you hunt timber and you go ahead and strap something to a tree, it's really no different than that. This just is an additional strap with a buttstock rest, to put on the lower side of the tree. And then you've got your typical strap that you would hang up on the top. The only real thing that makes this, hold on, I got it over here. It's that guy right there.
That's it.
Yep. So that's what's going to, allow your barrel to go in. And this is all, really hard, not hard, but it's a very stiff and durable like rubber. So that was a change I made last year. Switched over from using just ABS plastic, which it still worked fine, but actually started printing with this material here, which is super freaking tough. I mean, you really got to try, but it's flexible, it's soft on your barrel, a little bit quieter too when you get your gun in and out of it. I don't get to do too much timber hunting my way, but we did a couple of them this year, and I brought that out with me, and it was pretty nice to have just pretty much just sat there with a gun in front of me, and I play with different things, fully engaging the barrel or just letting it rest, kind of up against the tree, and it still worked out pretty good. But get gear hooks and stuff to hang your bags or whatever.
I used mine, but of course, I got the 16 gauge, and when I was in Louisiana last January, I used it there. And I mean, I had guys who were looking and like, really? I mean, they were just like, really? I said, yeah. I got no problem with with what I call a timber strap or timber, that you put on the end of the
like a little swamp sling.
Yeah. And they're all right, but my biggest issue was when I went to go grab my gun and you got to lift up and all kind of and around, and sometimes it gets hung up. You get all in the excitement. With this, it snaps in. It ain't going nowhere, and it just sits there, and I can just reach up, grab it, pull it straight to me without a problem. I love mine. I absolutely love it. Use it every chance I get.
I've had several encounters, not just timber hunting, but I hunted a blind at a WMA. I got a lotto draw on last year, and there was probably maybe 5 different occasions where I went to pull up, and I'm a short dude, so that's a struggle already, right? And the blind wall is kind of high, and they got all this stubble and sticks sticking up, and every time I went to come up and over that blind rail, my sling is just getting stuck on everything. And, it's just something that always got me. So
Right.
This year I actually hunted start to finish, didn't have a sling on my gun one time. Now, a lot of times I was in a blind, so I didn't really need it. Didn't really get to do much boat blind hunting, but mainly just hunted out blinds, and we just used the wood mount, shotgun holders that I got.
Right.
And I didn't need to keep a sling at all.
I haven't used even a sling in so long, dude. They always just got in my way. Your regular from butt to end cap, they just always got in my way. And I started using what I call the swamp sling, and I mean they were great. I mean, you make them just about out of anything you want, really.
Mm-hmm.
And they worked fine, but until I saw yours, I said, "Wait a minute, this is a whole new thing here." And I've had a shotgun on there. I've had a big blind bag. I've had a backpack on it because that's where all my camera gear and stuff goes on. And then I've hung ducks on it. It holds it. It holds it. Whatever I want on there, it holds. I've even added another clip to it so that I could mount a camera to it to point in a different direction if I needed to. So it's a sturdy strap. I love it, man. I'm telling you straight up.
Did you get to try your 16 gauge in with the new material that I made? Because I made that from 12.
It worked great. What's up, Jeff? We do have a question from Nate. I'll let you go first, and then I'll put in my 2 cents. This is unrelated. It's just a duck hunting question. He says, what are your thoughts on flooded corn here up north?
That for me?
That's going to be for both of us. But if you don't want to answer, I'll throw my 2 cents in.
I really don't know where my opinion is on it. I can tell you from perspective of somebody who, it's not something that we have in our area, and the ability to even hunt myself. So, I can't really relate to it. I don't know that I could truthfully or factually say what it does. Like, I understand the argument, and reading the arguments, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I get it. There's going to be a lot of upset people about it, but I do agree with one thing. I just think corn is corn, and whatever, if it's grown or thrown, I mean, it's corn.
It's corn.
I don't know really how much to argue that. I've had I'm not the type of person that goes in baits, but off season, like my pond down here, I throw corn out there for the wood ducks. I get them every spring. I like to make sure they're happy and fed and let them nest and go on about their business. But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the cool thing about this question is there's a lot of animosity on both sides of it, and what makes it a conversation is when you can sit there and discuss it, and after the discussion, still be friends. That's where we need to go with this question.
I wish we could apply that with everything, though, because it is to a point. If you don't agree with me, you're my enemy, and that's just so wrong. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to agree on everything. One thing we can't agree on is we like duck hunting. So what? Your version, my version, we both like duck hunting. There's nothing wrong.
Now, for me, I am opposed to flooded, unharvested corn. Opposed to it.
Deliberately planted for the sake of just
that is specifically planted for the sake of attracting waterfowl. I can also say honestly, I have never hunted an unharvested corn pond, and I am also opposed to any grain crop that is unharvested if it is planted with the intention of attracting waterfowl, and that includes rice. Now, I know what some people are going to say, so I have to go ahead and put it this way. In numerous states, specifically in the South, Louisiana in particular, but also Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Georgia, and even in South Carolina, there are rice growers. And some of these rice growers harvest two crops off of a rice field. One, their primary, which is rice, and the second is crawfish. And in order to grow crawfish, you have to flood the field again because the crawfish have to be in water. So, with that said, some of those crawfish farmers will spread more rice out for it to grow. The crawfish don't necessarily eat the seed. What they will do is eat decaying matter more, and I think that's the way to go. But they will plant other types of vegetation as well in there. It's harvested rice. Now, what happens a lot of times is when rice is harvested, let's say in late August, first part of September, and even into September, they'll drain. Of course, they drain the fields, they dry the rice out, they harvest it. Well, there's always residual. There's always residual grain that falls off. Corn does it, beans do it, rice does it. It will start to grow up again. And of course, these rice farmers that are also growing crawfish have to put water back on the field. They got to put it on there for the crawfish. And it's a harvested field. And I have no problem with somebody flooding a harvested cornfield. If you harvest the corn and flood it, fine. I ain't got a problem with that. It's the unharvested stuff. So they'll flood it back up, and they will do this in order to grow the crawfish, but you have that residual rice that will grow back up, and that's where people get confused thinking it's an unharvested field when in all actuality it's the residual rice that has fallen and has grown back up and is continuously growing through the water column. Again, these are in the South, so we have generally warmer winters, and it can happen that way. So, you asked, he asked me what are my thoughts on it. Well, it's very, very simple. I'm against unharvested grain fields, corn, beans, rice. And I think that I honestly believe even the refuges need to stop it. We need to go to moist soil. I think that's the route we should take. But he's got a couple more questions, and he's going to be very active tonight, I believe. He goes, "I'm from Michigan, living the thumb." Okay, Michigan, you got the thumb. Okay, we hunt a lot of flooded corn. All our WMAs are corn, and the corn on the stalk is usually gone by late season. I've heard many people say it stops migration. But here in Michigan, the Great Lakes, most rivers don't freeze, so millions of ducks don't migrate anyway because of just that. Okay. Yes and no. because there's no, I don't believe in absolutes. So in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm not a biologist, didn't stay at a Holiday Inn last night. The corn will hamper, unharvested corn will hamper a migration. We have seen that throughout history. And what a lot of people don't realize is they don't go back far enough into history. But the Canada goose population that would fly from Canada down the central Mississippi flyways to Louisiana, because that's where they ended up at, was stopped by the use of corn, not so much as flooded corn ponds, but the idea of bringing in truckloads of corn into a refuge area and dumping it. Here in South Carolina, we have a lake, Santee Cooper Lakes. If guys from South Carolina will know this, there's one side of that lake, and there are so many impoundments up and down that lake. I mean, just last count I heard was well over 200. Some of these are unharvested corn. Some of it is moist soil. Some of it's other things. Even if it hampers the migration locally, it's still hampering the migration. I am not against private land ownership. I just want to pull that straight out of the hat too. I believe private landowners do a huge service to our ducks, and I applaud them. It's just the use of corn, and in particular, because that's what everybody is hyped up on. But yes, it can hamper, in my humble opinion, can hamper the migration, because I've seen it locally. I have seen it throughout my 50 plus years of duck hunting, where ducks would be in one location, were there over and over and over and over, and these massive amounts of corn, these fields, these ponds, these whatever you want to call them, are stopping them. Because here's the thing, ducks need three things: food, water, rest. That's it. That's all they need: food, water, and rest. That's all. Duck can take a lot of weather. It can take a lot of weather. I mean, a lot of weather. He can take some severely cold weather. So the weather, we've had some cold snaps here recently, and yet there's still ducks up there. Why? Because they have food, water, rest. They got plenty of food. They got plenty of water, with ice eaters and just irrigation ponds that are in neighborhoods. You just sit there and I can name it forever and ever and ever. Amen. Of why they're still there. But there's my answer. I don't know if you have anything to.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I mean I'm a strong believer. Weather is the big thing. Here in Virginia, this past season I would have labeled this as my absolute worst season ever. If it wasn't for that last 2-week cold snap we got into, I would have had 5 ducks for the year. And that's not for a lack of trying. It's not for missing. In Virginia, you're limited to hunting. By basically because everything's regulated by waterfowl blinds. If you look, there's a map and you can look it up. It'll post every waterfowl blind in Southeast VA, and it is insane how many blinds there are, and you can't hunt within 500 yards of them, whether they're occupied or not. So you really don't have many places to go. So you're literally just going for a hope and a prayer that, hey, maybe some ducks move down. I saw it's going to be 30 degrees this morning, fingers crossed. And then it's just, nah. Right. And when they get here, you got to get on them because they're going to get overpressured out here. They're going to move quick.
Right. I mean,
this last snap was what we needed. I mean, we started seeing big groups, started seeing the divers roll in. I was fortunate this year, got my first pintail. I never thought that would happen, but brother got him a canvas bag.
Congratulations on that one.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that last bit of freeze, which was the weather we needed, yeah, I mean, we didn't get anything until we got that.
Right.
So I know that was the big mover to get everything down here. And then you got also golf courses, HOAs with ponds, all these places that hold water, and nobody's allowed to hunt them. So why is the duck going to leave? If the water's open and they got food and no pressure, they've got no business to leave.
They got no place to go.
There's many factors, yeah, for sure.
Arizona Highland Homestead, welcome into the channel, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have shot a limit of ducks, and that includes mallards, pintails, even some blacks, weather was 75 degrees. You know, it was warm. It was hot. We were in short sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 3 days straight in Texas on Matagorda Bay, we shot 20 pintails a day. You know, back when there was a point system and pintails were 10-point birds. Weather to me, although it does mean something, and I will agree to a certain extent, but the ducks are migrating because they're looking for food. That's what they want. They want food and water and rest. And if they're getting banged up north and there's not enough food for them for the duck usage days, then they're gonna continuously migrate and continue to migrate south until they get to wherever their last stop. Another thing a lot of people also don't realize is right around December 21st is usually the day. That's usually the day. It's the winter solstice, so it's the shortest day of the year. And biologists will tell you that wherever a duck is on December 21st on winter solstice, that's where he's going to remain until it's time for him to turn around and go back, unless he runs out of food, water, or he's getting banged on. I mean, then he's going to move. But for all practical purposes, wherever he's at on that day, that's where he's going to wander until it's time for him to return.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a few folks in the chat here, talk about the blind laws in Virginia. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. And it's not, I mean, you call them private blinds, but, they can be landowner blinds or just someone got lucky and able to put a blind up, that just, it's great if you have one. And I've got one myself. It's basically useless. We just got to shoot some sea ducks, but, or we got another one that I can take anybody out there. We can shoot a limit of bufflehead in about 45 minutes or 30 minutes, if that. But other than that, I mean, if you got one, that's great, and it's good to always have a spot to go to, but you're kind of stuck. And the WMAs we got up on this side, way overpressured. They're just honestly not worth getting up for, especially when you don't have, something to give you a push of birds down.
Let me welcome in a few people. We got Jeff Barris in town. He's in the house. What's going on, Jeff? Appreciate you coming in. Mark J. Larson, my good friend from he's here today. Let's see here. Was there somebody else? I thought I saw there it is. And we're going to go back to Biscuit Built real quick. But you did create the barrel mount for a boat blind, correct?
Yeah, I've got that started with I got a beaver tail boat blind, and that was one thing that just for myself I was like, I'm sick and tired of, because I always lean my gun against the rail, and all I'll take was a little shimmy and that thing's going sideways. So I made one to clamp on the rail of a beaver tail blind. Last year I had a couple folks, they said they got a blind from popupblinds.com. I never heard of them until then. So worked with one guy who, was pretty good at sending me some measurements, got that dialed in. So, I've got a few different variations depending on your blind type. I did one for a gator tail blind, a little bit bigger. That thing's actually monstrous, way bigger than the one for the beaver tail. And I did one for the Avery Quickset. My buddy's got one on his 19-foot Excel. The only problem with the Avery is that you got that flip, flip front, like an A-frame, and when you have that rail, like I guess flipped towards you, I'll call it the closed position. You can't really, attaching your barrel to that just doesn't make sense. And if you try to go to the lower rail, then that barrel flap is going to come and hit your barrel. So we just ended up mounting it behind us. I mean, I have that design ready. It's not really something that I got to experience and use myself to say, hey, yeah, this thing's awesome and you need it. But I do have that option as well. And I got to work, came up with a new design for just wood mounted, just just trying to get this thing on multiple different surfaces, because people build blinds in all sorts of ways, and I've got some other designs. And as I continue to get people who have unique setups, I try to work with them to make something specific to what they need. So
okay. Got two more guys came in. Scott's in the house, and Tyler's here tonight. Welcome in, guys. For those of y'all that are just coming in or don't know, this is Robbie Jones from Biscuit Built 3D. I call him one of my sponsors. I think I aggravate him more than he's more like to sponsor me, but he's a great guy, and he makes my tree. He made a tree strap for me. And he also makes an outstanding swimmer decoy. And as he was just talking, he makes these little barrel clamps. You got one handy that you can show some of the new.
Yeah, I've got to work for the timber strap, but I mean, honestly, it's the same design I use. I just changed the mounting surface. So this was, same barrel lock. This is just meant to strap to a tree. And then, I've got one that interfaces with other different parts, and it clamps onto a rail, or just a flat back with some holes in it, so you can screw it right into the face of some wood on your duck blind.
Right.
But it all works, essentially the same as far as, gauging your barrel and keeping it secure for you.
If we could show weapons on a live stream, we'd show you how it works, but we can't do it. Go watch the video.
Yeah, and I'm in Virginia, so pretty soon I'm going to be a criminal once they get all this gun ban stuff through.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
So yeah, Robbie's got a bunch of videos on his YouTube channel, which is
Foul Pursuit Outdoors. Currently, I'm actually, so my goal for this year, my brother and I we're making the split. So I've already got like a Facebook, Biscuit Built, and Instagram established last year. We're going to start, splitting everything. So I'm actually going to be starting my own Biscuit Built YouTube channel, so I can, be more business focused on, some of the stuff, show what I do in the shop, and then still have the Foul Pursuit Outdoor channel. So you can watch my brother slip and bust his ass on ice, or, other type of funny stuff that pops up when you're hunting. That's kind of what that's for. But, we'll still work together with it. I'll slide some videos over into both either way. So, but yeah, that's why I've been so dang busy, ever since duck season ended, was get all this stuff in motion and running out of time quickly. I'll tell you that.
Grant McIntosh is in the house. Good. Hey, Grant, what's going on? But you guys go look him up, Foul Pursuit Outdoors and Biscuit Built on Facebook and Instagram. Please go follow him.
I appreciate it.
Order all of his stuff. Tell him I sent you. He'll probably charge you triple, but that's okay.
Prices are staying the same right now. That's one thing I try to do. I try not to fluctuate that.
So yeah, I mean, I've been revamping my channel a lot, doing the same thing. I've been changing up thumbnails, changing up SEO. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just trying to bring new life into the channel. I do have some goals, but like I was saying, for those guys that weren't in here earlier, I got something I'm working on, and so this is a teaser on my channel. I'm hoping I'll know 100%. I am 99.9% sure this is going to happen. I just got to get that last little bit, and once it does, I'll be making an announcement. Hopefully I can make it on the next live stream. So y'all need to be here for that. But we'll see. I'm just waiting on some stuff to get in the mail.
Yeah.
You're not coming to South Carolina this year for the Sportsman's Classic, are you?
I don't even know when that is, but I probably should.
It's actually in a couple of weeks, so it's probably a little too late.
It's probably a little too late. Yeah. I definitely would like to. I did my first couple shows last year just at local festivals, and I had an absolute blast. That was a lot of fun. But I do want to, try to get into some hunting oriented shows and trade shows like that. I know that the Sportsman's Classic, the South Carolina Sportsman's Classic, which is March 28th, it's the 27th, 28th, and 9th.
It's that weekend, whatever that last weekend is in March.
Yeah.
That's probably, I would say, our biggest one. We got Seaweed, which is in February in Charleston. But the Sportsman's Classic, and then we have a little one that you might be interested in. It's called the Somerton Duck Fest, and it's small. You know, you probably need to bring a tent, you know, that kind of stuff. But if you show up for that, that's usually in October. And if I am back from North Dakota, I'll work with you for 2 days. I'll work that Friday and Saturday with you.
Shoot me the date, because I know I do like my local one here, which is the first Saturday in October.
I got to find the dates.
Last year with you know, trying to make sure I have enough inventory and stuff, but yeah, that was a hustle from July to October. You know, ended up blowing out all my inventory that I saved up for it, and you know, just had to keep working at it.
Right. But as soon as I find the dates out, I'll give you a holler.
Yeah, let me know. I would like to travel for them, and yeah, you ain't that far away.
No, you come stay at the house. I'm serious. I got a spare bedroom. We can stay here. But that Friday it's usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the Somerton Duck Fest.
Okay.
It's a 20-minute ride from my house. The Sportsman's Classic is probably 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, from the house, you know, it's no big deal. But the Duck Fest, yeah, I'll work. I'll sit in the booth with you for 2 days. I ain't got we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun though. It is.
Oh, it's a blast, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see. What did Grant say? Grant has been busier than a duck looking for a flooded cornfield. Then they're talking about their blizzards.
Yeah, dude, we just it was like 80 degrees the other day, and then the next day, just like that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, yesterday I was in a short sleeve, and today I got a hoodie on in the house. I mean, it's chilly. You don't like the weather in South Carolina? Wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
Anything else going on? I know you said you only had a little bit of time, so I want to get as much as I can in with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's about it. And I'm kind of, like I said, just slowly getting close to that point where, you know, a lot of my tasks are coming together, and I'll be able to start getting back into doing some videos. And like I said, you know, my goal is I want to be able to open up the Biscuit Built YouTube when I've got, you know, some content made for it. I don't want to just drop a video and y'all not hear from me, you know, for 2 months. So I got a lot of that going on. So not really sure when I'm going to launch it, but it's in the works to get launched, along with, you know, some other product updates for the Decoy Doctor. And then hopefully, if my test goes well tomorrow on this butt spitter, that will be one for the show.
Butt spitter?
I have no clue. You know, I've told, you know, I need to let the audience decide on that one. I've had a few names. You got Ass Blaster, Butt Spitter, Butt Splash. I mean, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know. It's still the Decoy Doctor, still the same, you know, same type of thing as what the Decoy Doctor is, but just been up butt.
The proctologist. I don't know. Oh man.
I don't know what to call this one just yet, but
well, I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm actually excited for this one. This one's you know, I told you I tried out the swimmer this season, and I think I called you back and I said, dude, I need about 6 of these things. I ain't joking. That thing.
You say the same thing, and I built 6 of them and sent them out.
Yeah, those things are unbelievable. But I've got some ideas, and I know you probably tried them, but it's still new. It's new for me to do it. But when it gets a little warmer and I can wade out into the lake without you know, everything, get a nice calm day where everybody can see what's going on. I've got some ideas for this thing. I'm gonna put it to a test.
Do it.
And I know it'll perform. I just got to see it. Let everybody else see it. What's going on?
Yep. Yeah, I've got a. I don't think I brought it with me. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. This one's gonna be new for this year too. That's the. I don't know. Did I send you this?
Yeah. Well, you told me about it.
Yeah, that's the double toe. So being able to clip on two of the tow bars to the back of it. And I tell you what, man, I did that last year with a couple Heyday decoys behind my hen swimmer, and that thing looked incredible. I had one short leg tow bar and then one long leg, so it was like like a staggered pattern.
Right.
That thing was sick. Even with the 7 pump, still had plenty of power to move it.
I know the answer, but I'm gonna let you do it. Tyler's asking, does the swimmer and your new butt duck have a timer on it?
Yeah, it'll come with a timer. Same type of timers. Like I have 2 options right now. Just a standard timer. You just hit a button, it turns on, or I've got the remote option. Those are a little bit more expensive. And I also started working with the owner of Timer Shop, which is who supplies the timers for me. And I've got a prototype on my bench in the shop there. So you get 4 buttons on that remote, and I was asking, I was like, hey, can we do multiple timing sequences for one decoy? Meaning, let's say you want to do an all-day hunt, you're going to sit there forever, you want to get max battery life. You can hit like button A and get like a short little bit of motion, or you can hit button B, you get longer extended runtime, or button C, you just have this thing full tilt, just moving around. Different options than having your final button actually turn it off. So I did a little test with that just on the bench, and yeah, I mean it works. It does what I want it to do. I just gotta get it in a decoy and see what it does. I'm also going to be doing a lot of battery tests too. I've come across some new some other batteries I found. Well, that's just the typical 5600 battery, but I've got a 5800 milliamp battery to test, and this one's a Haas. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. Wow. I've been trying to find a way to fit that inside of this thing, and that is tough. Not really sure if I'm gonna be able to do that and have a universal like battery box for it, but I'm going to see first of all if these battery specs are actually what they are. If they say 6,000 milliamps, are you actually getting that? Are you actually getting that runtime? Because the prices are very, very similar for the battery. So I'm like, this doesn't really make sense to me, but I'm going to do some testing on that.
Right.
So be more variety of different batteries to select from.
I got you, man. That sounds awesome.
Sounds busy. It sounds busy.
It does sound busy.
Yeah, and I still got a full-time job to do too as well, which has been a real pain in the butt since February.
Don't you wish we could just do what we want to do? And I would love to do nothing but sit back and make videos and talk to people and try out new products and whatnot. And I know you want to just invent.
I love it.
More products and be able to make a living. It just don't work that way.
Yep, it's tough. Tough game.
My wife keeps looking at me because no, we need insurance. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm 19 years in with my current employer, and they've got the golden handcuffs on me so freaking tight, I can't go anywhere.
I hear you.
Yep, hard to walk away from that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I've been there so long. I mean, when I started 2 years ago, I had a brown beard. You can see what's going on with me.
Yeah, I got a lot more gray, and I got less hair on top too. So I just keep the hat
on. RD, what's going on, man? Tell Noah I said hello. But yeah, I'm real excited about the decoy butt duck spitter, whatever you're gonna call it.
Like I said, I may have to just let the audience decide when I launch this thing. Like y'all gonna have to come up with a for it. I mean, just like the other one, I just it's just the decoy doctor. You just put it on any regular decoy, but this one, I mean, it's different. But that's who's getting it next. See, I've already got the keel off, doing some fit, trying to get the fitment right. But that's what's the next one getting installed on right there.
Oh wow.
I gotta find something. If you know any other big size butts, butt decoys and brands, let me know because I need to go buy some. That way I can try to see what these will fit on.
Try to yeah. That ain't gonna. It ain't gonna. I doubt very seriously it'll be on a standard duck butt.
Yeah, a lot of those that I see are pretty small. I mean, hey, I can make a condensed version, but you're gonna have a tiny battery in that thing. But you never know, man. I've kicked this thing around for 2 years now, and I shied away from one thing that I was not wanting to do with the design, but I tried it and it actually turned out okay. So I'm hoping this will give me a little bit more flexibility to adjust that size. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yep.
What else? Anybody got any questions real quick? We've been here an hour. Just kind of see if anybody's got any more questions. Again, guys, it's the birthday week, so y'all want me to do a chicken dance, help a brother out. Y'all know what to do. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to do a little bit of fishing right now. I got a lot of irons in the fire right now that I want to get squared away and just getting ready for next duck season, man.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, we're either hitting North Dakota or South Dakota this year. We haven't quite decided 100%. And so I'm going to be taking a bunch of gear up there.
Are y'all freelancing or you got guides to take?
We're going to freelance. Yeah. I got a buddy, my buddy who lives in Minnesota. He knows some people over there. And it's going to be private property, but but a lot of it is, and you just go and knock on doors.
Yeah.
And, but we're going to freelance it primarily, and hopefully he's going to get up there a couple days before I do, where he can scout it out. And when I show up, we got 7 days. I mean, nice. 7 days of hunting, and I've got a lot of gear that I want to take with me, and I'm hoping that the duck butt spitter / whatever butt juicer, whatever you want to call it, is ready, and swimmers, and I've got 13 Mojos that I would give away.
Damn.
I don't use them. I just don't use them.
They have a place. They have a time and place. I think I think everything does. It's a mix. Honestly, I don't think there's really one. I mean, there can be. You can be lucky and have that, but that's what I hear from a lot of people. Oh, well, this works for me. This works for me. Well, that's the thing. Different areas, different things work. But you get that flash from a distance, catch their attention. But I'm, like if it was me, I'd be cutting them off. If they're getting in close, shut them off. Let everything else start, getting at them. And if you need to call at them.
The only 2 Mojos that I run is in September, and that's my teal Mojos. Yeah. Those are the only. It's basically the only time I pull them out.
Yeah, you can get away with it then for sure.
But after that, I mean, being on the south end of the flyway, I've just seen them flare off of it way too much. I do have some the little one wing spinners, flicker flockers.
Yeah,
that I will put next to a bush, in the swamp, and have a toy right on the other side of it. So when they fly over, they see it for a second and then they lose it. So it just gives them something. But that's about the only thing as far as the spinning wing that I'll use anymore. Jerk strings, swimming decoys, and those tip ups. I think the butt juicer is that's my name for it. John Sullivan's in the house. What's up, John? Randy's going fishing Saturday. I will not be in town, bro. I am headed to Myrtle Beach. I gotta take a day trip to the Bass Pro Shop and go get seafood.
Oh, nice.
that's what we're doing for my birthday. So hopefully have a good time with that. And then the next weekend is the Sportsman's Classic, so I'll be in all day Saturday there and walking around and looking at new products and seeing what people got and having a good time, meeting new people and seeing old friends and doing that kind of thing. So,
all right. Well, I'm gonna have to go get my whiskey here, and
I hear you.
Carry my butt to bed so I can be up at 5 a.m.
John, well, let me ask. Hold on one second. I hear you, John. Hey, Matt, did you get the info in the? I did, John. I sent you an email back on that, man. That was really cool, man. John shot a pintail. Oh no, excuse me, a gadwall. He lives in Northeast Texas, and it was banded somewhere in Louisiana, which would be east of him, is where it was banded. And I think it flew a couple more years before John actually was able to harvest him. So that was a good job. But yeah. I got you, brother. I know you got to leave, do your thing.
We'll get on here and do it again sometime.
Yeah, man. You got an open invite. Anytime you want to show up, just come on in the house.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, Rob. You take care of yourself.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. All right. Was at the Bass Pro in St. Louis on Saturday. I'll be at Bass Pro in Myrtle Beach this Saturday. Just gonna go up there and hang out for a little while, see what I can find, see if I can get anything on sale and see what's going on, and then go eat some seafood Saturday, have a good time. But anyway, guys, listen, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all coming in here tonight. It is my birthday week, so to speak. So I'll be celebrating 61 years come Thursday. And so 61 trips that I've made around the world, around the sun rather. And thank you so much, John. But I think we're going to head out right now. We've been here just over an hour, but I do want to thank each and every one of y'all who came in, and hopefully next Monday night, I will have a really good update for you guys, a new event, something that I've been working on for a couple weeks, and I'm hoping it will come to fruition within the next week. So hopefully by next Monday, we'll know something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for coming in. I really do appreciate it. Y'all have a great night and a great week, and we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365. Good night, everybody.